As Chris mentioned earlier, unfortunately, when you're asking all those questions, it feels like you're in fact interrogating the other side. So you switch to labels and mirrors because it makes the conversation feel more seamless. It makes it feel much more like a conversation rather than a negotiation where you are interrogating me for information I don't want to give you.
Yeah.
And so you shift to those labels, and you can say things like, even a mislabel, right? We talk about mislabels a lot, and that's
I like mislabels.
labeling inaccurately on purpose. And so something that comes to mind, they put a lot of thought on what they want to spend on something like this. They've had lots of conversations. They probably got money squirreled away for what they're going to spend on it. And you use a label on them that says, it sounds like you haven't spent much time figuring out what you would spend on something like this.
Yeah.
Sounds like you haven't put much thought into what you'd want to spend on this machine. Knowing darn well they put plenty of thought into it. But that's one of the ways to start chipping away. And how do we get them to name price first? Sounds like you haven't thought much about what you'd spend. Sounds like you haven't set aside a budget. Sounds like you're worried about you're going to get the value for the price.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like there's a ceiling that you want to make sure you don't cross. Sounds like you got a range in mind. Sounds like you got other machines that you're looking at just like this one.
Yeah.
Right? Then you're focusing on dynamics as to why would they say something like this? Because they might be looking at another machine. Why would they say something like this? Well, because they got a ceiling that they don't want to cross, and they're afraid that they're going to go over that. Those are the dynamics that you then start to label, and you pepper them with it.